Hello, I'm Chris Barker and welcome back to another song ranking video. Today we are going to be ranking every song on Steely Dan's 1975 studio album, Katy Lied. In this video I will rank every song of the album from worst to best and give my thoughts as to why. Now remember, everything here is just my opinion. If you have your own ranking of the songs on this album, please comment your list below. Now before we begin, I do want to say I have already done a full review of this album in the past. I may have been overly harsh on the album in that video, and while I am starting to warm up to Katy Lied a little, I still think this is one of the weakest albums by Steely Dan, at least as far as the original 7-album run is concerned. Now, without further ado, let us begin. Starting off at number 10, we have the worst song of the album, Throw Back the Little Ones. While the song does a good idea of conveying the deceptiveness in the verses, I still think the chorus is less than stellar. Never mind the way it fades off weird, I just can't stand the fish theme here. Still, maybe I'm a bit biased because I don't like seafood. Still, I cannot ignore the fact that last time I listened to this album, the song almost made me throw up, and this time it gave me indigestion. This song is at the very end of the album, and does not work well as the album closer. If you ask me, Throw Back the Little One's placement on the album should have been swapped with the song right before it. That said, even if it wasn't the album closer, it would still be the worst song of the album. Next up, at number 9, we have Your Gold Teeth 2. I think this is the most forgettable song on the album. The lyrics are neither really good, nor are they bad. There's no real hook to it, and the chorus is unmemorable. I think it says something about the song that couldn't even bother to have its own unique title or phrase, instead borrowing one from a much better song on one of Steely Dan's previous albums. At number 8 is Rose Darling. This song is well produced, and the chorus is good, if not a standout in the band's discography. Still, the song is one of the least interesting the band has ever put out from a lyrical perspective. I've hoped on Pole of the Quarter a bit in the past for being too sappy, but Rose Darling definitely takes the cake. This is, as far as I can tell, literally just a song about a guy wanting to sleep with his... Wait for it. This is literally just a song about a guy wanting to sleep with his wife. A singer like Rod Stewart could make it work, but Donald Fagen's voice really isn't cut out for these kinds of saccharine emotional displays, and it really does show in the quality of the song we got. At number 7 is Chain Lightning. This song is 2 verses and a rather standard guitar solo. There's no chorus, and as for the lyrics, I think it has something to do with organized crime or maybe cults. They certainly aren't the most memorable from the Dan. I appreciate that Becker and Fagen were trying to experiment with a different song structure here, but without a chorus and a little more length, this song feels incomplete. At number 6, we have Daddy Don't Live in That New York City No More. This song is essentially the original "went to buy some milk" meme, or at least that's how I always took it. This song has a good beat and good verses, but no real memorable chorus or other backing elements. It's decent, but there just isn't that much to say for it. At number 5, we have Everyone's Gone to the Movies. This song is about some people watching inappropriate films while the rest of their family has gone to the real movie theater. Fagen's voice is appropriately cast in the role of a sleazeball who is showing said inappropriate films, and this song generally fits in nicely with a moral aesthetics of the rest of Steely Dan's discography. While this song doesn't really have the best concept behind it, the musical element here is good. The tropical rhythm throughout is good, with a nice calypso sound to it. Also of note are the buzzing horns that fade in and out to punctuate certain lines. This turns out as a unique element that works surprisingly well. While this song really doesn't have much memorable in the way of lyrics, the backing is good, albeit not amazing. It's an all-white album track, but not a standout in Steely Dan's discography. At number 4, we have Dr. Wu. The lyrics to this song are obscure, and the vocal is yawning. The stuff some of Steely Dan's best songs were made of, to be fair. The chorus here is really good, too. That said, what really steals the show on Dr. Wu is Phil Woods' saxophone solo. The problem I have always had with Katy Lied is the relative lack of interesting solos compared to the previous albums, but here we have one that really shines. This solo not just raises the quality of this song, but the quality of the entire album considerably. Now, before we go on to my top 3 songs on this album, I want to remind you that if you like this style of video, to please like and subscribe to my channel, and also be sure to hit that bell button, as all of these things help me out a great deal. Starting off with top 3 is Black Friday. This song works to open the album off well and has a good beat to it. While the backing isn't as good as some of the songs I've already talked about, the wobbliness to the beat is quite interesting. This song also has some of the better guitar work on the album, although it's still nothing too outstanding. That said, Black Friday's real strength lies in the lyrics and vocal. The song references a real event that involves some cardmen driving up the price of gold for their own personal gain. While the song doesn't really go into the specifics of the event, what it does show is the singer's cockiness about his ability to get away with it. Fagen's vocal sells the cockiness of a man about to pull off a big con, and the vocal echo effect of Anderson lines is a nice touch that adds a little flair to the song. At number 2, we have Any World That I'm Welcome To. While the other songs on this album take a cynical view of the world, on this song the narrator seeks to escape from the world he comes from, desperately seeking another. It makes good sense in the perspective of the album, although I do feel like it should have been the last song on the track listing. The verses flow together well, and this song also has a really good bridge. Another standout feature of this track is Michael McDonald's backing vocals on the chorus, which really help the song's soul. And finally, at the number 1 spot, we have Bad Snake Rolls. The lyrics are very memorable, and on first listen, seemingly arbitrary. I've always taken this song as being about a betrayed man who's been kept alone in jail awaiting his fate, but with Steely Dan, you never really know. What I am sure of is that the song is great. It has what I would call 2 consecutive choruses that work together in conjunction very well. On the first of these, you also have the backing vocals of Michael McDonald again, something that sounds nice. The guitar solo in this song is also decent and helps pace it out well. I will say that I was a bit undecided as to whether or not to put Bad Snake Rolls or Any World That I'm Welcome To as the number 1 spot, but in the end, I think Bad Snake Rolls is my favorite track on Katy Lied. Still, you can't go wrong with either of the top 2, as they both sit miles above the rest of the album in my opinion, and are among the top tier of Steely Dan songs. Okay, and for this final list we have, at number 10, Throw Back the Little Ones. Number 9, Your Gold Teeth 2. Number 8, Rose Darling. Number 7, Chain Lightning. Number 6, Daddy Don't Live in New York City No More. Number 5, Everyone's Gone to the Movies. Number 4, Dr. Wu. Number 3, Black Friday. Number 2, Any World That I'm Welcome To. And number 1, Bad Snake Rolls. Alright, thank you all for watching this video. Please let me know if you have your own ranking in the comments below, and be sure to go watch my full review of this album. I hope to see you in the next video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks once again for watching. See you soon.